Hello, my name is Pusuluri Siddhartha Aravind, registration number 18BC0731, and this is a video presentation of my project, Smart Product Expiry Tracker, submission for the subject Technical Answers for Real-World Problems. It is stated that in the year 2019, India alone wasted 931 million tons of food, with 61% of it being generated from household. So it is clear for us that 61%, that is a huge amount, can be reduced with our work. It can begin from us. So how can we try doing this? We can try reducing the amount of food that we waste. And the project that I have in mind is a proposal for that exactly. So right now, I have worked on an application which uses barcode scanning to scan the barcodes of each product that we have and keep tabs on the expiry dates of each of the products so that we can eliminate the expiration of the chance of elimination of product before consumption of it. And so by doing this, we can actually keep a good track of the food that we have at home, the supplies that are being bought, and ration accordingly so that we do not let any product go to waste. The problem statement that I have taken for the project is food wastage has proven to be a bigger issue during the lockdown as people are purchasing goods in bulk. And the volume being more high than general in fear of a complete lockdown has led to a huge stock of food being put in one place. And at the same time, by doing so, they've been losing track of the expiry dates of products as well, which has led to a lot of food wastage. And the objective is to provide an application which will make the process of keeping the expiry date of products in check much more efficiently in the case of not only huge households, but even smaller ones. The application I've developed is using Flutter, which is an open source UI development kit created by Google, with which we can create cross-platform applications with the help of a single code base. And further, we use image processing techniques to read the barcode, and further we store the data in Firestore. And for the tools that I've used for completing this project are Flutter. Flutter, as I've mentioned before, is a open source UI software development kit. And with the help of this, we can actually create applications in Android, Linux, Mac, Windows, and many more by just using from a single code base. Here, the code is written in Dart. Dart is a programming language designed for client development, such as for web and mobile applications. It is developed by Google and it can help to build server and desktop applications. Further, we'd be using Firebase, as I mentioned before. Firebase is also a platform developed by Google for creating mobile and web applications. We will be using Firebase's Firestore to store the data for our project. So looking at the methodology that I've actually taken for completing my project, first I've done research on different image processing algorithms and which could be more efficient when trying to make it work for a mobile application. And in doing so, I've identified that there are particular APIs that actually run in a manner which are very helpful for us as well. And since I've been working completely using Google developed tools like Flutter, Dart, and Firebase, I've looked at some algorithms which help us use an API like Google Vision API, which uses information such as barcode that we will be using and converting that into numbers and helping us store the data. And then further, next stage would be was the creation of the application. This, as I mentioned, I've used Flutter for developing it, and Firebase for storing the database, and Google Vision API, as I've just mentioned, for reading the information of the barcodes, etc. And further, the next stage of my project was to provide this application to closer proximity people to get a feedback on this. And upon providing the application in its initial stages, I've given it out to 15 users exactly. And upon testing it out, I've gotten some feedback which helped me eliminate some of the excess options which are being provided, which became too clustered for the users, and simplified the UI so that there will be no issue in using it further. And as mentioned above, the image processing will be playing a major role. That will be for scanning the barcode of the product, and then we'd be adding the data, and then we'd be checking in the application to see how many days it was there and such. We look at the architecture right now. It would be following the similar process as I told before. We would be scanning the barcode. We'd be taking here since here I've shown the part where it says take picture of the expiry date label. But what happened was during the initial testing phases that I've sent it out, people felt it to be a little redundant. They didn't need this part of the application. So we've initially left it here to give the entire flow that I've actually had in mind and the further changes that we've done to the product as such. So after the barcode data is taken, we further do the adding of details to the DB, and the notifications are taken as such. This is the communication that the system will be having. That would be using a bit through Flutter. We'll be talking with Google Vision API and Firebase, which will further be rendered into the application. Now, let us look at the modules that I've taken into consideration. The first one is the barcode scanning, which is the most important part. Here, the barcode scanning would be the page where we would be including the new products into the app. We'll be adding the new products to the database. We do this by taking the scan and other features that we and the other fields that we have to take the data, which will be further uploaded to the database. The categories page provides all the unique categories present within all the data that we have, and will help categorize information that we have and have a good idea about what is present. And the homepage is the initial landing page of the application and is where the products are all, where all the data added to the database are actually rendered. It will help us have a good information about the product, the category, the quantity, and showing us also the number of days remaining for the product's expiry and the date of the product's expiration. And the button widget is actually a support module that we have for the other modules. So basically, the button widget is generated to perform different actions. Basically, in Flutter, every part of the application that we have is broken down into widgets, and these widgets are used for rendering the complete application as such. And in that way, we use the button widget for performing different functions. So one of the functions would be to generate to run the API for scanning the barcodes, and the other function that we have for the button widgets would be for adding the database, adding the data to the database and withdrawing as well. So this is the initial working that we have for the entire application and the explanation. Let us look at the demonstration for the project. This is the application. This is the landing page of the application. Here, this is the home screen that we'll be looking at, which will show us all the details of the products. So on first look, you can see that the bold highlighted word would be the product's name. The next is the category, the quantity, the date of expiry, and the number of days for expiration of the product. In the categories page, we see whatever categories which are there, which have been uploaded by us. Here in the hygiene page, here in the items page, what happens is we are accessing Firestore to check the products which have been added. So every product that has been added is taken into consideration and is rendered here. And now let us try adding the item. This is the part where the barcode scanning module and the support module, which is the button widget module, come into play. So the start barcode scan button and the submit button at the bottom are the button widget support modules, which perform different functions. So first, here the start barcode scan function, scan button widget, it does the function of connecting us to the API code that we have to run the scanning program. And upon doing so, as we can see, let's try scanning this right now. And as you can see, upon scanning it, the barcode number has been transferred here directly. And this is a medical product that I'll be using. So let us type in the name of the product. And I have a quantity of 1 here. So in the date time here, we can mention the date of expiration. And the date of expiration for this product is December 1st of 2021. And here we're even allowed to give a time. So what the time does is it takes that value from there and begins the day from then. So if I mention it as 0 and 0, so it would begin it at midnight. And by submitting the product, this is added. So this is a pop-up window that informs us that a product has been added. If the product has not been added properly, we get an error message here. And by going back to the home page, we can see that UGSIC has been added here on the bottom. And here it says 1 days to expiry because the product expires on on December 1st of 2021. So we have 1 day in between us for a buffer. Though we have 30th and then the first arrives, it doesn't show us 2 because we are beginning the time calculation from 00 at the night. So since we've already crossed 00 in the night, it shows 1 day itself. So this is how the application will be working. So initially we had another part of the interface where in the add item itself, we've added another feature of trying to read the information on the page as well. But after testing the product and sending it out for testing through many users that I've known, they've informed me that they felt that part of the product wasn't as necessary for them. And they've requested that they've informed that having many options in the single page made it a little confusing. So we've made the interface a lot easier to use and have only narrowed it down to 2 buttons that they have to use. And previously, as I mentioned, the start barcode scan connects us to the code that we have for running the scanning function. And the submit button, what it does, it adds all the fields that we've input here to the database to store the data. And as you can see, we have just now added another category here called medicine. So this way, the application lets us get an overview of what kind of items that we've added here in the categories page, with the items page being a lot more clear for us to understand. This is the coding related to the application, and initially we import all the necessary files that we need and the data that we need, and here we'll be initializing the application that we'll be running. And below here, we'll be creating the app's state, and further we'll be initializing the basic necessities that we have. That is, while running the application, while executing it, if we have some errors, we try to stop running the application and show that there is something wrong here. And next, further would be I'll just show the button widget that we have. So this is the part of the button widget. So the basic here is the button widget will be, as we've mentioned, is a support module, and will be only showing the design here. So we have the primary color or whatever design that we have and the text that is required, and all of those will be designed, provided as a design template here. And further, while we are trying to run run different functions, we try to provide those particular necessities at that location itself. And further, this is the most important part of the application where that is we are doing the barcode scanning. So as we've initially ran the creation of the state, we link it here, and so we are taking for particular fields for taking the data here. And here the children part of the children part is where the entire data is being shown to us. So here the barcode is, we start the barcode scan, that is by showing the image, and here on click, that is this part of the, this is the part of the button widget which is being configured here. So we do the scan barcode function that we have. And further, we take the other details like input is in the form of name of the product and other information like category, quantity, and date and time here, which should indicate the expiration of the product. And further, the elevated button here, when you press the submit button, that is, we're adding the data to the database that we have. We use the add function here to directly add it to the Firestore that we've connected it with prior to this. And the scan barcode function does this, performs this in the bottom. It uses the Flutter barcode scanner file that we have, the Dart file. From there, it will be running the scanning of the barcode function, and depending on the output which is done, it is returned back to us. And in case it doesn't occur, we get the failed to get platform version as an output back to us. The home widget is the home widget.dart is the part where the entire application will look, how the entire application will look to us. So basically the create state is continued here as well. And here what happens is, here we are connecting to the database called products. Database is collection, which is called products, and there in the products we actually add the entire barcode, the date of expiration, and all of those details there. And here we'd be rendering all the necessary information that we need for the entire initial home page that we had, the landing page, so that we can display the name of the product, the category, the quantity, the date of expiry, and the number of days of expiry are all are done here, calculations. And further, the entire bottom placeholder that we see for checking the items, categories, and the adding the new item, all of these are configured here as well. And and in the categories itself, like what information has to be displayed, and those are as well configured here. As you can see, this is the part where the bottom bottom part of the entire application is shown, where the add item and categories and the items part is displayed. And on tab, we are going to check what happens in every location. And this is the placeholder widget dot. This is like the basic part of the entire application, where we are creating this for the entire application to hold together. So as I've mentioned, the entire Flutter works on the concept of widgets being together to make an application. So the placeholder underscore widget dot here works as an entire placeholder container in which we'll be placing the entire widgets as such to make the entire application work. This is the entire code and application demonstration. Now that we've seen the demonstration of the project, let's move towards the conclusion, which would include the innovation that the project provides, the outcomes that were initially planned, and the outcomes that have actually come to the application, and further the contribution to the society. This is the innovation of the project would be that it is a smart application that keeps the expiry details in tracks and reminds the users when the product expiration nears. And adding details to the application is much easier now, as people have started spending time to specifically sanitize products upon bringing them home. And by just scanning the barcode as the product is being sanitized, we'd actually be able to get a stock and proper information stored, and keep an eye on the expiration of the product as such, further reducing the chance of any kind of health problems later on. So this can the innovation of the project could also be explained in a way that this is not just an application that could be working helpful for a single home as well. It could even be expanded towards the use of even smaller NGOs or medium-sized NGOs. Being an NGO, they could be receiving products from donations or any other case. So by keeping track of this, they're able to actually not only store the information, but also have a legal and proper way of providing information in case people require as well. And it will actually help in maintaining a proper flow of the entire data or any kind of information that is being produced. The target is to implement the unique idea of monitoring the product's validity, and with the help of validity, which is actually done with the help of the expiration dates. And since we are actually using Flutter for this development, we can expand this towards expand this cross-platform. We could implement the project we could run the project not only in Android, but even in iOS mobiles as well. So by doing so, the project targets a large consumer base as well. Looking at the outcomes that we initially had in mind was to create and to store details of food expiration, an application that would provide the days remaining and such, and the application which is improved upon further upon user feedback. And of these, we've improved upon the outcome a little bit. We have not only targeted food expiration, but we've taken product expiration into total consideration. By doing so, we are able to target a larger amount of needs that the user might have. And further, since the application was actually developed upon receiving user feedback, we were actually able to bring down the needs that the user had and develop the application in that way. Looking at the contribution that the application brings towards the society, the issues with society pretty much begin from a single person. And when this comes together, including a large number of people, it becomes a society's issue. And by targeting a single person and him or her being able to work towards a reduction of this issue, that is waste generation or product wastage or food wastage, we'd actually be able to target this issue at a larger scale as well, by beginning from a by targeting with smaller audience. By doing so, we'll actually be able to reduce the amount of products which are being disposed of without being consumed due to the passing of expiration date, and this should even reduce the chance of people consuming expired products unknown to them, which might cause to severe health problems. And by targeting these small issues that we have one at a time, we are able to make the application work as a whole for the entire society. This is the project demonstration for the project Smart Product Expiry Tracker. Thank you.